Laura from New Zealand. Based on all the information, what's flying around at the moment in the world globally, there's so much distress and worry and fear. So what I thought would be a great idea is to, right now, we need to be able to remember who we are, where we're from, what we are essentially, even if we don't believe in reincarnation or life after death or any of that stuff. It's not important. But what is important is if something makes you feel good, then do it. And it felt good to share this with you. And that is to remember your connection to Source, the divine. I say you don't have to believe in it, you don't have to believe in God or your soul or anything else. But if the thought of it makes you feel good, then go ahead and do this, which is call your soul to you. Your soul is always with you anyway, but when human beings, when we make that conscious connection, it just reminds us that we're always connected. And with that, there comes a sense of safety. No matter what's going on, no matter what you're going through, no matter what crisis or life experience you're having, whether it's good or bad, it's always a really good idea to call upon our soul. Now, you'll see your soul in whatever way you see it. And when I say see it, I mean energetically sense it or become aware of it or have an understanding of what it might be to you. And each and every one of us has a different experience. Now, I'm going to share my experience, and that is that I see my soul as like a rainbow, the most beautiful rainbow. You know, the colours of the rainbow, when you see the most exquisite rainbow and it just shines and it's lovely. And that's how I see my soul. So when I make a conscious decision to connect with it, what I sense is I can have my eyes open or closed, and you can do the same. But what I see is this big mass of like rainbow colours coming towards me. And that's how I make that conscious connection. Now, when I say I see, yes, I'm an energy intuitive, so I use my intuition a lot, hence the reason that's what I do. But you know, you don't have to be, you just can have an awareness of it or a sense of it. But it doesn't have to be a colour, it could be a light, it could be a golden glow, it could just be a feeling that you get, like feeling loved, or a sense of peace come around you, or stillness, or something. It'd be whatever it is to you. As I say, it's unique. There is no wrong, there is no right, and that's what you are, unique. There is nothing that you are not except unique to yourself. So whatever experience you have, just stop for a moment and just call your soul to you. And breathe and relax. Find your own rhythm with your breathing. And then notice what you notice. Perhaps there is a colour. Perhaps you're more noticing the sounds around you, but perhaps they become more vibrant. Or maybe everything becomes quieter. But whatever, there will be some change in some way. Maybe your mind will start saying, I'm making this up. Or maybe you'll start thinking about what you're going to do for dinner or the problems that you've got. Whatever it is, just acknowledge it. It's just like letting it be present. You're not trying to change anything. You're not trying to take anything away. You're not trying to put anything in even. You're just asking for that connection. Relaxing and noticing what you notice. And quite often, particularly for some people, and particularly in the first instance when you make that conscious connection, you may not notice anything, and that is perfectly okay. But what I do want you to know is, even if you are one of those people that aren't experiencing anything right in that moment when you do it, your soul is with you. And that's the first step. That's the all important first step. You've made that connection. You've asked. What happens, as I said, whether you're one of those that get an amazing experience, you might get one first time straight away. You might get this amazing sense of presence, or see something, or it could just be a mind-blowing experience. It could be any of the things that I've said and none of them, or something completely different. But whatever it is, each time you make that conscious connection, your soul will let you know in some way. So you might have a big all-encompassing experience the first time, then the next time it'll be like, oh, I didn't get anything, so I'm not connected to my soul. Yes, you will be. Yes, you are. You always are. Your soul talks to you through your emotions. And that's why some people immediately feel a sense of peace or a sense of calm. If you're a very visual person, say, you might see colours or get a sense of movement around you, whether you've got your eyes open or closed. And I'd encourage you to work with both, eyes closed, eyes open, because then that way you're getting the full experience. It's like, if you listen to a piece of music, for example, I was just thinking there that, you put a piece of music on and sometimes you just want to close your eyes, you just want to go into it, and then you have a different experience than when your eyes are open. So neither are better or worse, they're just another experience. So being aware of your soul, really, really important at this time. As I said, it talks to you through your emotions. It lets you know if you feel good, you perhaps feel more connected to it. If the further we take ourselves away, when we get into depression or anger, we can't hear our soul because it vibrates on a different frequency. It's a much higher frequency. It emits peace and joy and remembering and connection and many, many other things. And if we're not listening because we're so wrapped up in anger, that's okay. We can be in anger, that's okay. Just stay with anger, sit with anger, be with it. But then let it be. Just let it be. Then when you're ready, you can make that connection with your soul. And as I said, right now, with all the problems in the world, with this shutdown that's happening with the coronavirus, it's important to stay really connected to your soul, because it's going to guide you. It knows everything about you. It's what brought you here into this physical reality. And it's just remembering that. It's just remembering very slowly what you haven't remembered until now. So I'm just reminding you, as I said, I'm reminding you of what you already know. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Maybe consciously for the first time, yes. But that's it, that's all. And then when you start to remember yourself, you'll want to make it like every morning you clean your teeth, or every day you eat food, or if you're lucky and you have water, you do your routines. It's no different. Just make it a routine. Just take 2 minutes. That's all it takes sometimes. It doesn't even have to be a long time. It's just remembering to do it. If necessary, write yourself a note, write down, connect with my soul this morning. Good time perhaps could be before you get out of bed, before you put your feet on the floor, and then you get into that routine of whatever you're going to do. It could be a really great thing just to make that conscious connection. Sit with it. 2 minutes, that's all. Just 2 minutes. It doesn't have to be meditating for hours or trying to get an answer. That's not what you're intending here. What you're intending is just to make a connection. When we are fully connected to our soul, as in it becomes natural for us, it can take a second, just, oh, okay, thank you, I've got that. You see the light, the colour, you get something that becomes familiar the more you practice it. It's like anything, the more you practice something, it becomes familiar, you know it, you kind of sometimes know in advance what's going to happen. That's what happens with your soul. You know in advance that there's a connection, you sense it, you feel it, and you just allow yourself to have it. it changes everything. It's a goal changer. It's a no-brainer. It really is important, because being, you know, if we don't, we're missing a part of ourselves that knows everything. So why would we do that? It's like, you know, I'm going to chop off one of my legs right now and try and, you know, run. I'm going to try and run down the beach. Not a good idea. I'd like to keep the leg. So make the conscious connection like you do with your body. If you're going to run, you know, you're thinking, I'm going to run, I'm going to use my legs, I'm going to get there, I'm going to get where I want to be. So get where you want to be. Talk to your soul, call it, listen, see what it's got to say to you. What is the message? Maybe it's just that feeling. Maybe it's just a sense of everything's okay, because everything is okay. I'm reminding you that everything is okay. Have fun. Play with your soul. It loves it when you play. It's what it does all the time. It's what everybody says when, oh, you know, heaven on earth, or, you know, it's all right if you believe in that stuff, your soul's got it made, you know, it's all right for everyone else, but actually you are that everything else. You are your soul.